Hey everybody and welcome to the video. Today we're going to talk about 2-on-1s, the decisions that a defenseman has to make, the things that he has to look at, and whether he should play the man who's got the puck or take away the pass, all those kind of things, the art of being a good defenseman. So let's go. There's a few factors that you have to consider when you're handling a 2-on-1 coming at you as your defenseman going down the ice. One of them is, where is the puck and where's the guy coming from that's joining the play? So you have to identify the two guys. The second thing you need to identify is, do you have a back checker that's going to come back and be able to catch one of those guys? Because if your back checker can catch one of the guys and make it a 2-on-2, then that's going to change everything that you do on the 2-on-1. The third thing is if you get in a situation where there's a guy with the puck and a guy going to the net, can you get in a situation where you can take away that pass completely? Or do you have to be in a situation where you need to be standing and be able to make a decision one way or the other? Okay, so those are three big things, the first things you need to consider as you're facing a 2-on-1.
And then here we see some plays. We got the Oilers coming in 2-on-1. The guy, you can see he's active with the stick, but the pass does get through to McDavid. McDavid tries to pass it back, which isn't advised, but it's McDavid. Hits the defenseman's skate. You'd think it's over, but the defenseman turns the opposite way, and if you notice, he's behind the goal line. Not really a good play by the defenseman.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
And here's another one. You can see the D's playing it pretty good. He tries to slide. Somehow that puck gets through, and he also turns away from the puck, and the guy has an open net rebound. This one's just a good sauce pass. You can see the guy's in the right spot, but it's really hard for goalies to get across. So we got to watch that. And this one, you can see the D, he's outside of the dots. We want to be inside the dots if he can, but he's caught out of position, and that Leaf guy hits the guy going forward. Now we got Sidney Crosby. This guy actually plays it pretty good. He just slides a little bit too early before he can make the play, and of course Sidney Crosby makes him pay. So he's just a little bit too early with the slide before he could do it. And in this situation, we got a 2-on-1. The D's in a pretty good situation. He tries to get down on one knee, but that puck goes through, goes off the guy's skate in.
And it's really important to realize that one of the things we forget when we're playing is to communicate. So when you're facing a 2-on-1 and you think that your back checker can make sure he knows which guy to take. And you might have to point, you might have to yell, you have to communicate. Okay, sometimes it's not always clear, so you have to make sure that they know which guy to take. And you also, your goalie should have a good idea of what you do on 2-on-1s as well. So the goalie, some of them have different preferences. Sometimes depending on who's coming in on you, you might have the best player in the league coming, or the best goal scorer in the league with the puck. So there's different scenarios that you have to consider when you're facing a 2-on-1. I think this is a good chance for us to think of it in worst and best case scenarios. So when we're actually taking a 2-on-1, we want to think about these things before we get into these situations. So what's the worst thing that can happen on a 2-on-1? Well, number one, we don't want to give them an easy breakaway goal. So that's why we play in the middle. That's why we don't just go one way or the other. We're trying to play it in the middle so we don't give away that breakaway. But the second thing is we don't want to give away a cross-ice open net goal as well. So that's why we're trying to get in that passing lane, but also play so that the guy doesn't have a clear shot to the net for breakaway. And then the third thing is we don't want to give any rebound goals up. So that's why in the olden days we used to do the J-hooks. We'd play in the middle, and then when it got close to the net, the defenseman would J-hook to the opposite guy to get his stick so he couldn't get any rebound goals. Nowadays we still could do that in a certain situation, but we want to aggressively sort of get close to that player so that we're making sure that he's shooting hopefully from outside the dots. But if he is shooting, then we're making sure it's from as bad an angle as possible. Okay, now likewise, the best case scenario on these 2-on-1s, okay, we want no shot. So we can get it so there's no shot, or it misses the net. That's a perfect situation. Okay, the next best thing would be a wide angle shot. So outside the dots, a shot, so it's easy for our goalie to handle. And then the third best thing is we take care of all the sticks from both forwards going to the net. And by that, we would need a back checker to come and help. So we get all the sticks, so there's no rebound goals, and those are really the easy goals that we need to take care of.
And now we got a couple of plays where they're successful. This guy's playing the puck carrier a little bit, but he's in a good position, gets that stick out, and makes a good play. And here's another one. This is a famous one. Paul Coffey against the Soviets in the Canada Cup. You can see he's playing the shooter, giving that pass up to the far side. The guy's very wide outside the dots over there. But then the guy telegraphs it, and Paul, of course, great skater, gets his stick out, breaks it up, and then starts the rush back up the ice the other way.
Thanks for watching the video today. As always, please hit that like button and subscribe. And please, if you have any suggestions about things that I should be doing videos on, please put it in the comments below. And we'll see you in the next video.